Store between the Atlanta Falcons and the Arizona Cardinals. Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. The first carry now. This is Johnson. A little juke. Oh, he's got a little daylight. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle. If you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance to rumble.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
On 2nd down, Rosen. Space to run past the 20. That's caught left side. Seals Jones with it. And finally, wrestled down at the 11. A good pickup there, 22.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
The Cardinals into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Hurry up, here we go! 3-19! 3-19!
From the gun, it's Rosen. Steps away to it, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Tack McKinley. In there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. From the shotgun, it's Rosen. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Patriot! Gone, gone! Gone, gone!
Here's Rosen. He completes it to Bryant. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. Line of scrimmage, the 2. They can still get a first down if they just get a yard out of this on 4th and very short. They run. It's Johnson. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. David Johnson taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Cardinals take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Well, they had to run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, here's Ryan. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Jamar Taylor there on the coverage. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Now it's Ryan. He completes it to Julio Jones. He was so vital in their wild card win a week ago. 8 catches in that game. This is his first one in this affair. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. Gets it off to Freeman. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 7 yards on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 2nd down, Freeman. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye and discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Ryan. Buying time to his left. Throw left side complete. That's Freeman. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one goes for 24 yards. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 34. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Swings it out to the flat for Freeman. A nice move he had, but can't break away. And he's brought down just inside the 30. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll make it second down.
Gun. Ready, blue 80. Hey, express. Get up.
From the shotgun, Ryan. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good pickup there, a 22.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, got to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. To throw again is Ryan. Dancing to his left, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Michael Kendricks able to get in there and drop him for a 2-yard loss. This offense has converted 2 third downs on this drive already. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's Ryan. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman from 4 yards out. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurtling through them.
They'll look to throw on first down with Josh Rosen. He's going to sling this deep down. That's caught inside the 20. And he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory. A huge play there for Arizona. 52 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now Rosen on first down. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. To throw is Rosen. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Vic Beasley. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9.
Detroit! Detroit!
Third and long here for Rosen. And this is going to be incomplete. The safety, Keanu Neal, there to knock that one free.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, then no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
It's caught over the middle. Hooper. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
On first down, Ryan. On the crossing route, complete. It's Jones. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. Ryan now nearly perfect. 9 of 10 in this first half. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, Ryan. Sanu with a grab over the middle. And he gets it down to the 32. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
He completes it to Jones. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Ryan to Jones, the Falcon connection there for a first. Ryan in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Throwing again, Ryan. Here's Sanu on the catch. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back with more NFC playoff action after this. Again, Ryan. Going underneath, it's Coleman. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. The tackle made there by Dayon Buchanan.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Hey, Tuesday.
Now Ryan on 2nd down. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal. So it's 1st and goal, and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Operating from the gun, Ryan. This will be caught at about the 5. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal. Clock running, and the Falcons moving with a sense of urgency. To throw is Ryan. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Chandler Jones. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. From the gun, Ryan. And this one brought in by Sanu. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Mohamed Sanu from 10 yards out. And the Falcons are in for 6. Bryant's extra point up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
Trying to lay one up deep. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Rosen again on 2nd and 10. He's going to let this one go deep. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. That late in the clock, 2nd quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
And just 25 seconds to go in the half now as they've got it 1st and 10.
11.
After the interception, here's Ryan. And Jones has it over the middle. And he's able to get up here to the 26. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Ryan going to give to Freeman on the draw. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. 2nd half action back underway. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. And here now come the Falcons. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the 1st half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the 1st half.
We'll see if they do just that. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their 38. Operating from the gun, Ryan got his man complete over the middle. It's Jones. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones, 62 yards. And the Falcons will extend their lead. That's an early touchdown grab for last week's NFC Offensive Player of the Week. He was so electric, and they talked about it all week long. Have to try to contain it.
And now for him, being able to focus on the task at hand and not just immediately assume that last week it totally carries over, but you got to like the start that he has, showing those great hands that we've seen from him throughout.
The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half. They're down in this game, a chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Tech McKinley in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon.
That's his second sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Now Rosen to throw on second down. Now he's forced out left. And that's caught left side. Seals Jones with it. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on third. Again, it's Johnson. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And they went for a big play through the air on second down, couldn't connect. Now it's third.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On third down, Rosen. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Hey, wait. Hey, express.
On second down, here's Ryan. And a hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot, but they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Let's go.
On third down, Ryan. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Now, he's been a busy man out of the backfield. They've looked his way quite a bit so far in this game.
Nice job there defensively, though, adjusting, because a couple of his earlier catches, he was wide open. Not that time.
You mentioned the key word, adjustment. A better cover man on him now in space.
And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. So out now come the Cardinals. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on second and a couple. On second down, Rosen. Out left side here to Bryant. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Rosen on 1st and 10. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it's a second down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Again, it's Rosen. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pickup there of 20 yards. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
All right, now look at 56.
Throwing again, it's Rosen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Vic Beasley in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon.
And that's his second sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
Now let's go. 3-19.
On second down, here's Rosen. He's going to look deep down the field. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A big play there. 42 yards. And the Cardinals have cut it to within a score. Now Rosen will lead him up here to go for 2.
Gun!
From the gun, it's Rosen. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And they'll have excellent field position to begin this drive as he's all the way up to midfield at the 50.
That return gets all the way to midfield, so we know the field position is absolutely flipped at this point. If I'm the defensive coordinator, I might think about blitzing right now to try and take field position back.
Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. From midfield now, here's Ryan. Jones has it, and he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. from the shotgun. Ryan. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. On third down, Ryan. He's going to wind up and air it out. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to fourth down.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way. So he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it. Just move on to the next play.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
Over! No.
They go to Johnson again. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Rosen. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Cardinals. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cardinals have taken the lead here in the 4th. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the 4th quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. They'll try and run for it with Johnson. And he'll get into the end zone. So now a field goal would only tie as they've upped their lead to 3. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Now Ryan on 1st down. Complete to Jones. He's got the 1st down. Boy, he was dynamite in the wild card game last week. He hasn't disappointed in this game either. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
Ryan leads with Freeman on the draw. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. They'll throw on 1st down with Ryan. He goes underneath to Freeman. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll be second down.
Hey, let's go. Hey, Tuesday. 21. 11. 11.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, Cardinals. Charles, we've seen them target one of their main weapons time and time again. Maybe they went to that well too many times there.
Yeah, and it's so difficult to determine how many times is too many, because how many times have we seen a team go and play and say, until they stop us, we'll keep going. Well, they got stopped on that one, and it cost them 6 points.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
All comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Coleman has it here right side. Now a loose football. Coleman lost it.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. From the gun, it's Ryan. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Trey Boston.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Rosen and the Cardinals take over with a 1st and 10 at the 20.
Hurry up, here we go.
After the interception, here's Rosen. That's caught over the middle by Seals-Jones. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
Leopard!
And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Here we go now.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. And the Falcons going to use another timeout. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. David Johnson on his way. Touchdown, Cardinals. Johnson with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cardinals will extend their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those two TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. And the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Point after, right down the middle. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
11.
On 2nd down, Ryan. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Dayon Buchanan. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
They'll run with a former Tar Heel, T.J. Logan. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Tackle made there by Robert Alford.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. And able to find Kirk complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. So with a yardage on that completion, he's now right at exactly 300 yards on the game.
And isn't that the magic number you get? 300, that means it's going to go on a commemorative football to put on your mantle when they give you the game ball if your team wins. So much confidence flowing through him right now, throwing the football. I think it's permeated itself throughout the entire team. They feel good about what they're doing.
Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. And they're moving on to the conference championship. How about this?
What a tremendous feeling to get to the game that can get you to the Super Bowl. A fantastic season. Unfortunately, for the other team, a tough, tough way for it to end.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Cardinals as we say so long from Glendale.